Everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a lesson on eyebrows. So I've had a few people ask for some eyebrow lessons, so I thought it would be a good one to start with. So basically, first of all, I'm going to take you through the different products that are out there for eyebrows. So most people use the eyebrow pencil, something like this. Okay, so this is one from Benefit, and I have it in medium. So personally hate them. They're not good. Don't even bother buying them. I only have that in case I run out of my other stuff. Then the other type that you can get is, so this is one from L'Oreal, which I've just tried, which is okay, but it's not my favourite. So it's like basically kind of like a lip gloss the way it comes out. So it does give a really good coverage if you want quite a thick scouse brow, I'd say. But again, I think most of my audience don't want a scouse brow. So to be honest, like I'll only use this one, I think, on a big night out. So my favourite type is these two. Okay, so this one is again from L'Oreal, and I've bought all the more expensive brands like Charlotte Tilbury and Benefit and things, but this is definitely the best one that I've found. So it basically is quite similar to the last one, but there's a brush and it's got a little angle to it, which makes it just a lot easier to put on. So I will be using that today. And I will also use this type. So this one is from Estee Lauder, and I do think it's worth getting the more expensive ones with this type. Estee Lauder is my favourite in this type, so I have bought this one quite a few times. So it comes with two slightly different colours. So this one is more like a wax, and this one is just a dry darker color. So I don't really use the wax because I feel like this one does that and it does it better. So and it also comes with just a little brush in there just to help you. So to start with, obviously most people would pluck their eyebrows. I personally don't often pluck my eyebrows at all, and I think that having the biggest eyebrows that you can have are the best, and they will look the best for you. So I only pluck, in here, and I pluck just really, like, to be fair, I don't actually even do it often, so I haven't done this in months. There'll be the odd stray that I would pluck, but to be honest, all of them just add to your brows, so I just rarely do it unless it's a really obvious one. Never ever pluck above the brow, okay, because your shape is guided by the top aspect of your brow. So if you pluck there, then you're bringing the eyebrow down, so your eyes will look smaller and less bright and fresh. You will always want to lift your eyebrows. One of the other things that I try to do is I really like straight eyebrows, but my eyebrows are very arched, so sometimes I will try and pluck this bit here and end my brow there, and then I'm sort of able to, with makeup, bring it a bit further along, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think it's best to try and make your eyebrow go up as much as you can. But then I don't want to lose the end of my eyebrow, so I've kind of stopped doing that. So yeah, I think the best sort of shape for eyebrows is either a straight brow if you can, or quite an angled arch. So at the minute, most eyebrows like mine are naturally quite curved. It's just like a gradual curve, but I don't think that that's the best look, so I always try and make it more like other tips before we get into starting it, let me see. Oh yeah, so you see online quite a lot of people sort of saying, right, you should start it here and it's all to do with your nostrils, and then it ends here, and make sure that it sort of goes in line with that. But I just think just make them as long as you can for your brow. Obviously I'm not going to be able to make mine go out to here, and also it would be ridiculous if I ended it like here. So that's just from my tip, is just, mine actually start like sort of, see there. So although it's really bare, that's where I try to bring it into, because if you start further out, it just doesn't have I don't know, I just don't think it's as nice a look as whenever you start it in. It's more sort of defined, makes your eyes look nicer and more dramatic kind of. Okay, so I am going to start then with my L'Oreal. I have got this in dark brunette. So as you can see, my eyebrows are, you know, quite dark anyways, but I do think that the darker the better. This is the second darkest, so the shade up is like jet black. So it does look a little bit silly with me because my hair is like a lightish brown. So I do go probably slightly darker than what most people would do for my hair color, but again, I just think that's best. So most of my audience are blonde or redheads, so I would recommend going for the dark blonde rather than light blonde. And if you're not used to doing your eyebrows, you're probably going to think, oh no, that'll be way too much. But honestly, and whenever you first do it, you probably will think this is a bit, you know, much, it doesn't suit me or whatever. But just give it a go. It will always make you look a lot better and your eyes a lot nicer. So, and the darker the better. But yeah, for you guys, I wouldn't do as dark as this. So first of all, try not to get too, you know, don't have too much on it. And then try and get rid of the end bit, because this end bit here is what always kind of messes up the brow. So I'm just gonna have to move. I don't know which way to do this. Maybe I should switch it. Ooh. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, never mind. So I'm going to just start on the most inside bit. Actually, I don't think this is the right. Okay, that's better. So I'm bringing up all of your hairs as tall as you can, basically. I know that looks a bit mental, but I will sort it out in a minute. And then you just gradually start bringing it over. And just really light brushes, because anything darker will look a bit ridiculous. And then here I start to use the ends a little bit so that you have a little bit more control over it. So you can see the difference already between that side and that side. I'm going to just do another little dip. Just for the end. Again, brush it off well. So the end is the bit that you mess up. The easiest bit to mess up is here and the ends. As I said before, I'm going to try and bring my brow up. So all these little ones here, and bring them upwards. And then kind of try and just bring them together as much as you can. So that is that one done. I would probably try and touch up a little bit after, but it's good to let this dry. So you can see that I've kind of gone a little bit in some ways over my natural brow, it looks like, but whenever I fill it in a little bit more, that will be sorted. So now for the other eyebrow. And you see the difference? Like, that one just shapes my face so much more, and it's actually so easy to get your brow quite a bit bigger than what it naturally is. People probably think I naturally have like really big brows, but I actually don't. So again, just tap it all off. For some reason, I find this eye way harder to do, and they always end up being slightly different. And that's another thing to say, your eyebrows are different. Don't try and pair them, just go with that brow. You might try and always try and match them, but everyone has slightly different eyebrows on each side, and you just gotta go with it. It would look sillier you trying to overcompensate. So again, just start from here. See, for some reason I always do this one a bit worse. Must be something to do with the angle. Just keep brushing them up as high as you can get them, and then you sort of naturally start to curve it. And then on this one, you don't brush them up as high as you can, you just continue to curve once you get to this point. Then these ones, I want to dye all of these little hairs that you wouldn't usually think are my brow. They're kind of just above the brow, but I'm going to use them. And again, I'm just going to do another dip. See, for some reason, this one's always lighter on me. And then again, just try and bring these little ones up. Certainly don't let them go down. Okay, so you can see that this eyebrow is slightly darker than this one. And I would say I need to rub there a bit. So you just gotta fix them a little bit, and then I will put a little bit more here, just to get the colour sort of the same on both sides. I think because I messed this one up, I always do it a bit more gentle. So at the minute, if I was just doing daytime, I would just keep them like this. So that's how I would go to work or whatever. I would probably try and just take that down a slight bit here. Probably just done that a little bit too high. And yeah, so that would be my usual daytime look as you guys see me in work. And then if I was going on a night out, so if I had a lot more makeup on. Mark, go away! Told him not to listen. So if I had full face of makeup on, those eyebrows would actually look quite weak compared to like a full smoky eye and darker lipstick and things like that. So whenever I'm doing going out makeup, that's more whenever I use this one, or I use this whenever I'm just in a rush, like say if I'm late for work and I'm in the car park, because this does take a little bit more time to do, right? So I just then dip a little bit into the darker one and then just fill in the bits that are a little bit gappy. And this is the one that makes it then look as if it's more all, you know, before you could see probably a little bit of the gel, whereas whenever you go over it with this, it just seems to get rid of that. And then with this as well, you can make it more. I need to clean this. So if I just give this a little clean, just so that I can show you the point. So now I've got it much slimmer, so I can make this more pointed. Because obviously you want it to be the thinnest bit, and I bring it out slightly longer than what actually is my natural eyebrow. And that's why, you see what I said before about I kind of sometimes pluck that away, but I've just stopped doing it because I don't think it's good to get rid of eyebrows really at all. So then I'm just going to do the same on the other side. Just kind of patching in any of the bits that are just a little bit gapey, a little bit lighter than the rest. But you want to make sure you don't make it too defined, because that's whenever you look proper scouse brow, which we don't want, do we? And again, I'm just bringing this one over my natural. It's all about it being up, especially at the end of your eye. You want to brighten it up, bring it up. And then I'm bringing it a little bit further. Okay, so those would be my brows then for a night out, which at the minute probably look a little bit big and a little bit standing out a bit too much, but with full smoky eye and everything, they would be looking banging. So that is my eyebrows. If anyone has any questions, please let me know, or any comments, please let me know. Love yous.